Hi everybody, it's Janie. It's Friday and I am feeling much peppier today, even though I totally blew it. I know, you all saw this coming, just blowing the whole shebang on day 2, right? Yeah, I was feeling pretty sorry for myself yesterday. I'm over it now. I've got my inside out notebook here with the judging criteria going forward for diets, and one of the marks against calorie counting is that it leaves so much open in terms of what you eat. And for me, I've always found it important to eat sort of a higher fat, higher protein breakfast. And I mean, this is one of the reasons why I've always thought that maybe low carb would really be the only thing that ever worked for me, because if I don't eat a higher fat, higher protein breakfast, I just want to eat all day. Like Pac-Man. If I have a bagel or oatmeal or something like that for breakfast, I will want to eat the entire universe before the morning is up, and usually by about 10 o'clock. I'm so hungry I can't stand it. Well, yesterday I started my day eating carbs. I ended my day eating carbs. I went 800 calories over my limit. I just pigged out all day long. So that's how calorie counting goes for me usually. I'll have one good day and one really bad day, and usually that really bad day really upsets me and then gets me really far off course. So here are the criteria by which we shall judge every diet going forward. And someone asked me about weight loss in terms of how we're going to judge these diets, and you can't really base our judgment on these diets on how much weight I actually lose, because being the size that I am, I'm likely to lose a lot of weight really quickly. The very first day counting calories, I lost 6 pounds. That's an insane number overnight unless you're on The Biggest Loser or something. But I put 2 pounds back on yesterday. Speaking of The Biggest Loser, as you know, people who are as large as I am tend to lose a lot of weight really fast in the beginning, and then it slows down as you take off water and those initial pounds. So the diets that I do later on, I probably am not going to see as big a loss. So really, the idea is to rank these things on day 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. So that's what we're going to do here. Weight loss, ease of learning. If there's a huge steep learning curve, like there are a lot of rules, like you have to eat certain foods on Tuesday and you can't have oranges on Thursday, and you know, that sort of thing. The number 3, ease of execution, is just going to be a nightmare. So we're going to rate ease of learning, ease of execution. How easy is it to actually do? Is there a lot of measuring and weighing? Is it going to require you to log? Weight Watchers, you know, is all about going to meetings and logging food. There's a big time investment. Things like Jenny Craig, stuff like that, you know, a fairly substantial time investment. And so we're going to rank those things and see how it goes. Hunger level is huge. I've never been on any diet that didn't leave me hangry, which is, I hate portmanteau combo words like the bulk of the time, but I mean, there's no other word for it. Oh, come on, anger's not, oh, he's on the bag. I start feeling like this guy, and I just can't handle it, so yeah. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about just pure hunger level, like how much are you dying to snap into a Slim Jim. Long-term potential. Now, this is hard to gauge because I don't have a lot of time. I really only have 7 days. I have a friend who's on the 21-day fix, which is something that I'm going to try, and she was telling me that she's had a lot of success, but I really only have 7 days to try these things out. So I can't really tell you whether or not it delivers on the full 21-day investment. I can only give you the my short-term impression of whether or not I would be able to continue it out longer. So we'll see how pissed off I am and ready to do something else on day 7 for these diets. And again, we're going to rank these on a scale of 1 to 10, and we'll just see how mad I am and ready to quit on day 7. The other thing is a monetary investment. Now, you know, most diet foods are expensive, especially if they're branded diet foods. And if you need special food, it can be more costly, especially things like paleo tend to be pricier because it's a lot of meat. But, you know, low carb diets, there tend to be a lot of, you know, supermarket sweep, big ticket items. Did you guys ever watch Supermarket Sweep? I think me and my husband would be fantastic at that show, by the way. You grab turkeys and diapers. Turkeys and diapers. It's like the Adam Sandler song. Turkeys and diapers, turkeys and diapers. Yeah, I mean, that's how we would win Supermarket Sweep. Also, my husband has like some unnaturally great ability to estimate how much we've spent. And so it's always like a game show at the checkout, and I'm always like, come on, 220. We're going to find out how much exactly I think the diet was worth and how much I spent. And so we're going to talk about that. So really, that's our criteria for judgment. That's what we're gonna base how these diets go. What I really want from you guys is some suggestions. I know there are trendy things out there, like searching YouTube for diets. Like, what is this military diet? It really looks a lot like the cottage cheese and cut up hot dogs and cabbage diet my sister used to do back in the early 80s. What are some of the other diet trends out there right now? You know, leave me some comments and let me know, because I kind of live in a bubble. I don't know. There are things I've tried in the recent past, one of which is intermittent fasting, which I want to give another go. And I don't know, there's some science there that's interesting. I'm not worried about the credibility of these diets, by the way. I mean, we'll talk about it. If there's really good science behind a lot of theories, we're going to talk about it. But I'm going to do some stuff that people are probably like, you're not always supposed to do that. But I want to talk about it. I want to see how it really goes. I completely derailed my train of thought. And this is what happens when you turn 40. Joy Bauer. I mean, I hate to call you out specifically, but her Joy Fit Club on the Today Show, you know, they were like, oh, well, they did it the right way. She counted calories and she did a bunch of exercise. And exercise is something I'm going to address probably next week sometime in a video. But, you know, there are lots of ways to achieve weight loss, and lots of different things work for lots of different people, because lots of people are heavy for different reasons. One of the things I'm specifically trying to address is how weight loss works, or what can work for people who are like me, have been heavy their whole lives, have problems like being compulsively unable to control their food consumption, which is huge. And I want to dispel these myths that if you would just buckle down and, you know, eat the right foods or do the right things, or it's just as easy as, you know, calories consumed versus calories burned. It is not that easy, and there are lots of different ways to diet. And I'm going to get to the bottom of them, some of them more wise than others, but I am going to do some fad diety kinds of things. I'm so excited to try out all these things so you guys can make a judgment before you spend money, spend time. You know, you guys can get someone's impression. Like I said, I am not a diet expert. I'm going to screw up. I completely blew it yesterday. I regained 2 of the 6 pounds I lost. That's not on the program. You know, I didn't intend to regain weight, lose control of my eating, but this is real, man. This is what happens to real people. But what I'm going to do is I've started a group on MyFitnessPal, and I'm going to link you in the description so you guys can come and talk about dieting, your diet challenges. You can talk to me, and you guys can look at my MyFitnessPal. You guys can look at me logging my calories. You guys can in real time see how I'm screwing up and how I'm succeeding every day. I want this project to be a success. I really enjoy my time checking out YouTube videos, meeting new people. So, you know, comment, ask me questions, ask me about myself, ask me what diets I intend to try, tell me about diets that I should be trying. This is a lot of fun. Thanks guys for hanging in there with me this week. This has been one of the most emotionally trying experiences of my life, but I couldn't be having more fun. Thanks. Bye. See you next time. Subscribe. Like my video and subscribe, okay? Bye.